I'm Kenny from Pro Tool Reviews, and it's time to forget everything you thought you knew about Kobalt cordless tools, because the Kobalt XTR kit is something totally different. Now this is the Kobalt XTR hammer drill. If you're used to the other 24 volt max hammer drill, the size isn't much different. The weight's not much different either. It's a little bit bigger, maybe a 1/4 inch, and just a little bit heavier, but not a ton. So still nice and compact, but the big deal is the performance improvement here. This drill has 1,200 inch-pounds of torque, whereas the other one had 650. So it's a massive improvement, not a lot of bulk that comes along with it. It also has 2,000 RPM on the top end, and when you're in hammer drill mode, you're talking about 32,000 beats per minute. Now, this is professional level, premium professional level kind of specs, and we're gonna do a couple of tests here and see what kind of performance that actually translates into, but this is not your average DIY tool. We got an all-metal chuck and a 2-speed gearbox. You got a 24-position clutch, and then your mode switch is separate right behind that clutch. And so, enough about the pretty things going on here. Let's see what happens when we need to make a little bit of sawdust. So we're gonna start by just drilling a couple of holes here with a 1-inch auger bit. And this is some stacked and glued OSB. It's our normal testing material because it's nice and it's kind of tough to get through, but it's also really consistent. You don't have to worry about knots and things like that in there that get us in the way. Now, we're gonna kick this into high speed. Like I said, 2,000 RPM. This is a self-feeding tip, so I don't have to worry about doing anything but starting it. Let's see what it does. And that is nice and smooth and fast, really easy to control. Of course, we expect a smooth cut with any auger bit like this. The drill does a really great job. So let's go ahead and switch this out for something a little tougher. If you're doing plumbing, rough in, or stuff like that, you'll notice this. This is a 2 9/16 inch self-feed bit. So great product for doing your rough ends and things like that. This is not something that you're gonna run in high speed. So we'll flip it over to low. And then I'm going to go ahead and kick this auxiliary handle, and this comes with it. I'll go ahead and kick that on there just to make sure. And this is just some 2x10 PT that we've got sitting around, kind of going through the center of the heartwood there. And let's see how we do. Just kind of go straight through the top here. Again, that is really smooth, very confident drilling. Of course, in low speed, you've got your higher torque and your lower speed, and that did a really good job. Left a nice clean hole. There's one other thing I want to show you on here, and this drill has kickback control, and we can simulate it. So if we were to bind up, that drill will automatically stop. That's about 90 degrees of movement that I gave it before it stopped. And I didn't take my hand off the trigger until just there. So that's a really nice safety feature that Kobalt's added to this product. So let's move from this. Let's check out the impact driver. Now the Kobalt XTR impact driver is another big improvement over the previous model. That one had 1,800 inch-pounds of torque, which was great and did a really good job across our entire range of fasteners. This one's got 2,400 inch-pounds. That's 200 foot-pounds of torque. And that goes along with improvements in speed as well. There's now 3,400 RPM, and the impact rate is up to 4,000. So performance improvements across the board there. And this is a little bit smaller from tip to tail and a little bit lighter. Pretty close, but just a little bit of improvement there. So again, with that big performance improvement, we didn't get a bulk up in size. As far as features go, it is a 3-speed electronic controlled 1, 2, and 3, and then you notice you have an assist mode in here. We'll show you what that does in a second. Of course, you've got your LED light down here. Nice stout belt hook. There is a bit holder right there. Now this doesn't have the one-handed bit insertion, and it doesn't have the bit ejection that we see on some of the more premium impact drivers. That's okay. It's just one of those convenience features that we like to see, but definitely not a deal breaker. All right, so we're gonna see how this impact driver does driving a couple of 1/4 inch ledger screws. This is pretty much at the top of the range of what we expect our impact drivers to do before moving up to an impact wrench. And we're gonna continue with our glued up OSB here. So this is the same material that we were drilling through before. It's glued up. We like it for its consistency. We know that this isn't a normal real world application for this kind of stuff, but it does give us a consistent benchmark for all of these tools that we test. We'll kick over into high speed here for this first one. And let's see how we do. Yeah, we've got enough power to turn this a little bit, and I can easily sink this down a little bit. I can even sink it some more if I really wanted to. You know, at that point, I'm actually losing engagement on my bit here. So really strong. That's a nice, fast drive, and it's really, really confident. The impact driver doesn't really feel like it's struggling at all right there. Let's do one more, and we'll kick it over to the assist mode that Kobalt's got on here and see how that works for us. Get started there. So what that assist mode is doing for us is it's giving us a slow start and then really ramping up to the full speed and power that it's got. And it's a really handy feature, especially if you're fastening in metal and your fastener wants to skate on you a little bit so you can still get that good, accurate start. Same thing if you're working in finer woods. Obviously, this is OSB subfloor, not so big of a deal, but it might be helpful in some of the other projects you've got going on. So we're going to go ahead and clean this up, take a look at the circular saw, and see what we can discover about that. All right, so there are a lot of changes to Kobalt's XTR circular saw. Biggest difference is we've gone from a 6.5-inch blade to a full 7.25-inch blade. We see some other good things going on here too. This is now a more typical full-size saw. That last one was really truly compact in both its size and its weight. Everything that we're seeing around here, the shoe, the blade guard, the blade cover, all of this is now full metal. The knobs here are still plastic, the clamps, but this is so durable in its frame construction compared to a lot of the other saws that we see in this more budget-friendly price point. Normal features, we do have a rafter hook on here. Bevel adjustment is right up here on the front where you expect it to be. And then right in here is an LED light that's lighting up from the left-hand side. It's lighting up your cut line. So let's go ahead and make a few cuts here, see what we think. So I'll go ahead and cut off here. Let's take a look at your notches. And actually, before I even make this cut, I want to point this out too. So you've got this silver metal plate for your notches here against the black metal. So it is kind of a nice contrast to help you quickly identify that 0-degree notch and that 45-degree notch. So I like that. I'm going to kind of cut left-handed here to get away from the clamps. That's pretty confident. Let me see if I can push that a little harder. Felt like I could. Oh yeah, this is 2x10 PT that I'm cutting, and that's just slicing through that wood beautifully. So I like that. Nice amount of power in that saw. Definitely a nice upgrade from the previous model. So a couple of accessories that also come with this. You do get a dust port. And that's just a single bolt that goes on there. It's the same hex wrench that you use for your blade lock that'll attach that. And if you haven't tried using a dust port with your circular saw, if it comes with one, try it and also check out our video on that. We show you just how much extra dust it collects, so that's a pretty cool feature to see. And then Kobalt also includes a fence, so it's going to install here on the front. Almost every circular saw has the point for that accessory, but not that all of them actually include it. So handy little thing that they've included with that. Overall, I like this. You can also check out on our website, protoolreviews.com. We've tested this saw against the other advanced circular saws that are out there on the cordless side. You can see how it does compared to those. So we've got a couple of things left to look at. Let's go ahead and move over to the reciprocating saw and see how it does pushing through a roofing sandwich. The Kobalt XTR reciprocating saw gets some performance enhancements as well. Now it's still 3100 SPM. That's actually already a solid number from the previous model, but the 1 1/8-inch stroke length moves to 1 1/4 inches, and that's where we see some of the top cordless models performing right now. We've got a pivoting shoe, and what I really like is we've got this simple push button shoe adjustment. So put it to where you want if you're the type of person that likes to get the most out of your blade doing that. The overmold on here, pretty nice. And then of course, we now have an orbital action to work with, so our wood cutting should be much faster than it was before. But all in all, it's a demo saw. All it needs to do is cut stuff up. So we're gonna try that. Now, we have a roofing sandwich that we put together. This is another one of our standard tests that we like to run. It's got shingles, it's got flashing, it's got some plywood, it's got some PT, it's got some framing nails into the side of it. So it's a tough test. Now, Kobalt does give you a nice aggressive wood cutting blade to go with that, but for this kind of demo, we're actually going to flip over and use a carbide demo blade and let's see how this goes. I'm particularly interested to see because I do know that Kobalt added some extra vibration control to this model. All right, so I've got our orbital action on, and let's just cut through this and see how well we do. Make sure I don't hit those lovely nails. Who put these nails? That had to be our intern. I mean, seriously, who puts nails into wood like that and says, okay, that's good? We're going to have a conversation later, honestly. Man, that's pretty nice. I wonder, and this is flapping a little bit. I wonder if it'll, I want to make another cut real quick. That was better than I expected. All right, so a couple things I notice here. Number one, man, especially in the main handle back here, I was not getting a ton of vibration. I mean, I've got the shoe really nice up and tight against my material here, like you should have it. But even with the orbital action on, I wasn't getting nearly as much vibration as I've had with other cordless reciprocating saws. So good job there, guys. And the cutting speed was really strong. I like that too. Now, if you're using a really aggressive low TPI blade, you're really just going to slice through wood quicker. These carbide blades have a higher tooth count, so they cut slower, but they're able to get through all those multi-materials. And this is the same blade that we used when we tested cordless reciprocating saws before. So I'm really impressed with what Kobalt's given me here at this price point in this combo kit. So we're going to definitely need to do some standardized testing to see how it compares kind of globally with the other stuff that's out there. But I'm impressed. So let's take a look at the light and wrap this thing up. Now, a lot of times the LED light that comes in a combo kit is really just kind of an afterthought. You get 200 or 300 lumens, the lens maybe twists a little bit, stuff like that. But Kobalt actually put together a pretty nice light considering that it comes in a combo kit and what that combo kit's price is. So this is it, and it is going to pivot up from its folded position, but then the light head also twists, and it twists a total of probably about 300 degrees, give or take. And then as far as the output goes, you've got 700 lumens on high, and then you've also got a low mode. That's probably, I'm guessing here, but that's probably about half. And then you cycle back to off. So 700 lumens is a lot more output than we're used to from a lot of the combo kit lights, so that's pretty nice. But then there are also a couple of other things going on here. Hidden right behind that pivoting head is a hook, and this rotates all the way around to your heart's content. You can put it on a nail or a screw or hang it from a cable, something like that. So that's pretty handy. And then there are also some magnets hanging here on the back. So if you're working around steel or other ferrous surfaces, just slap that on there and direct the light where you want it to. So really nice light. I do like that it's not just an afterthought for Kobalt this time. So good light, good output. Let's bring everybody back and kind of wrap this whole thing up. Figure out where do these tools really fit. So when I first saw the Kobalt XTR tools in my local Lowe's store, I wondered where they really fitted. And especially at that price point, $399. Now, the performance, we saw some of it here, but in the other testing, we're realizing these are really matching up well with some of the premium professional tools that we've used on other jobs. And so we're looking at a completely new level for Kobalt. These aren't replacing the standard 24 volt max tools. Those are still great tools. They're still going to be available at your Lowe's store at a lower price point. These are a step up in performance. They're a little step up in price, but they're not raising all the way up into that premium price point. So this is probably one of the best bangs for your buck, one of the best values we've seen in a 5-tool combo kit like this when I look at what we get for what we're paying. So it comes with everything that we showed you here. Check it out at your local Lowe's. If you've got any questions about it, feel free to ask them in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them for you. I'm Kenny. As always, thanks for watching.
Hey, help us out by subscribing to the channel below and tap that bell to get notified when we post new tool reviews and shootouts. And as always, thanks for watching.